when you keep attacking process and the committee, you seem like you don't want to discuss the evidence. And that makes you look a little bit like some of these recalcitrant witnesses, where nobody wants to discuss what happened. It's all out in the open. Take a listen. You brought up the big lie. Let's get into that. Rudy Giuliani admitted under oath he did participate with this committee, and he admitted under oath, we're going to get into this tonight, that the Dominion machines didn't steal anything, even though he'd said the opposite. Bill Barr, who I think you know is a Republican lawyer in somewhat good standing in the party, said it was all BS. Take a listen.
I thought, boy, if he really believes this stuff, he's become detached from reality. I saw absolutely zero basis for the allegations. I told him that it was crazy stuff, completely bogus and silly, and usually based on complete misinformation. They were idiotic claims. I told him that the stuff that his people were shoveling out to the public was bull.
It's bleep, but you know what he said? He's talking about Donald Trump, and he's talking about something that Trump knew was a lie because he and Bannon, again, another client of yours, discussed doing this before the results were in. Well, you don't need to steal an election you won. They were planning to do it beforehand. The evidence is there. Bannon's on tape saying that. Then Trump comes in and does this. Then he admits, according to, again, loyal Trump aides who testified under oath, I don't think you can impugn all of them, that he knew they lost, but they had to keep going. And then you have all these people who believed him. And isn't there something wrong with that? Yes, lawyers can zealously advocate for everyone. We defend your right to do it. But now here on the public record, as America tries to figure out what to do about this, isn't there something wrong with lying to people and lying them into these violent situations? And many of them have their lives upended, and the police were hurt, some killed or died by suicide, other Trump fans shot, hundreds going to prison. Isn't there something wrong? Isn't there an opportunity for you to say, hey, that was a lie. That was false. The evidence obviously shows they knew it was false. Rudy Giuliani admits that under oath. And do we move forward at least on a basis of truth?
It's very difficult to say that it's not appropriate for someone to lie and other people to be killed, if you believe that premise. I'm telling you, Donald Trump believes wholeheartedly that he wasn't lying. He was telling the truth. But, you know, you beckoned to me before, as you know, as a Republican lawyer. I represented the Democratic Party.
I was referring to Barr, not you. I was referring to Barr. I know your background. I was saying Bill Barr was Bill Barr in good standing as a Republican lawyer. I just have to stop you because you may have noticed. We don't. Hold on.
I'm not carrying.
I will let you finish, David. Yeah. But when you raise something that's not true on this program, it will be dealt with in real time. I said Bill Barr was a Republican lawyer in good standing. I'm familiar with your background as a criminal defense and civil rights lawyer. And you pointed to me when you said that. That's all that I meant.
No, I'm not calling you that. I know your background. That's all that I meant. I didn't say that you called me a Republican lawyer.
Okay, then go ahead.
I said that when you said that, you pointed. Go back and look at the tape, and you'll see it.
So what's your point?
Yeah, the point is you draw all of these things together as if the premises were all settled. I don't accept the premises. And as far as the committee goes, the problem here is, as I said in process, many people believe it was a sham, that it cheated the American people.
Said so.
Because these events were important. Okay. And so now I also firmly believe that the criminalization of this process serves no purpose. It's not appropriate. The idea that both branches are working together, well, of course that's the case. That's been the case in this administration. They're both of the same party. They've been working together. I worry very much about the political weaponization of the Justice Department as well.
And I'll let you finish that point.
I'm sorry to have to say that.
What about the question on the table? The question on the table is about the lie, and I know your background, and I know your credibility as a serious person. You know it's a lie. You know that the Supreme Court looked at this, didn't even take the case. You know we have a lawful constitutional process as an attorney. You know Trump lost, and there's a voluminous evidence he knew he lost, and he led those people in there. He led those Trump fans in there, and all those lives are ruined. And they did break the law, many of them, and those who have not been tried yet are legally presumed innocent. And the question on the table, which respectfully, sir, I don't believe you have answered, is, isn't it wrong, and wouldn't it be better to move forward on the truth?
The one premise in there that I have to tell you I disagree with, I'm not here to discuss with you about election fraud, et cetera, as you know. The one premise in your question, though, is that Trump knew he was lying and knew it was wrong. I don't believe that. And I know that you have the aides who have said they counseled him otherwise. You know that there are lawyers who have told him that he's right. You know that there are people today who believe firmly, the polls show it, believe firmly in the story that he told about that election. You know that there are people who believe that there's some providing evidence about it. So it's not, it shouldn't be shocking that President Trump actually believed and believes today that the election was stolen from him and acted appropriately. So therefore, the premise that he lied and intentionally lied, knew that he was lying, and the consequences flowed from that, I just can't accept.
I'm going to go one more round because, again, we're here trying to do this, and then I'll let you go. That's your answer. But Donald Trump was claiming victory before the results were in. And that, on election night, he was doing that. And he said, stop the counting. And that shows that he was not involved in a factual process. And then he did everything I already said I won't repeat. You don't give any credibility to the fact that he and Bannon, your client, talked about doing this and declaring victory before the results were in, before the election day. And then on election night, he came out and did that, which means he wasn't waiting to get the results. You don't see that?
I don't say that that conversation didn't take place. I just don't know. I've read about that in the media, that that conversation took place ahead of time. But again, I don't make the connection between that and criminal conduct here. I don't know what the strategy was. I don't know why they... Sorry.
Yeah. Trump impeachment lawyer David Schoen, as I mentioned to folks, we try to have this all out and hear from people. My viewers got the benefit of hearing your side of this night. I appreciate you coming on The Beat.
Thank you very much.